Hello and welcome back to another episode of the Beyond the Ball podcast. It's your host Ian. Joining me as always is Jay White. Justin, 2 days in a row.
We're back to back.
Back to back, just full on World Cup action. Justin, anything exciting in your life change overnight?
No, Ian, but I could tell you, I know we did talk about it. You did convince me to go get the FIFA World Cup book book
That's
yesterday.
right. That's
So
right.
right after the episode, while my fiance was cooking dinner, I ran over to Walgreens
Yeah,
and they were like, "Oh,
sure.
we're giving them away for free."
That's
So I was
crazy.
so I was just like, "Oh, okay, I'll take the book." And then I was like, let me just get 5 packs because they're like $2 each. Pulled a
Mhm.
Lamine Yamal, pulled an Erling Haaland, which was pretty cool.
Yeah, I'm a little honestly, when I was going through my players, I'm like, who do I have? So I'm like looking through them again. The stickers, like I got 10 packs. Arda Güler so far is probably the best player I have. Oh, Scott McTominay.
Okay.
Da, da, da. Yeah, no, I didn't really get it. I got a couple like US players. Oh, I got a Luis Paqueta. It's
But you
not
were saying
bad.
if they're different colors, they're worth more money or something, right? Like there's a different border color.
Yeah, the different
Yeah,
border colors play a role. So if they're blue borders, they're one of like I guess the easier to find parallels. And then from there, like the different colors mean different things. The
thanks.
101s, I know the Messi one last year, like I told you, was like 138 grand, I think or the 2022, 138 grand. So, I mean, listeners, if you pull a one-on-one of these, I don't know how many people are doing the sticker books. Ooh, Bruno. Yeah, hang on to them because they could definitely go for some coin. You know what's kind of sad though is but one of the blue ones I pulled was a Trent Alexander-Arnold.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, he's just not it's just not on the roster here. I'm going through the rest of my see if I got any good stickers here. Yeah, no,
I felt like a
nothing.
little kid yesterday, like opening
Dude, it's
packs
fun.
and just sticking it in the book. I was like, wow, I feel like I'm like 6 years old all over again.
Yeah, I had that same feeling when I was opening them, but like them being $2 is pretty sweet. That is a
Nah,
nice
it
little
is a sweet deal.
because some of these sports packs, like they're crazy price now. I want to look into like the World Cup trading cards. I'm sure they're like hundreds of dollars per box. It's
And
fucking nuts.
you can probably only get a certain amount of boxes. Like trading
You
cards
probably
just
won't
got
even get,
really popular again. Like
yeah.
it's
Oh yeah.
back, yeah, but that's a whole different conversation.
COVID brought it back. They were doing like the live streams and everything. I,
Yeah,
I would always join those live streams. I wouldn't card giveaways. It's pretty sweet. Pretty
there you
sweet
go.
stuff.
Can't beat that.
But yeah, before we go any further, Jay, do you want to tell the listeners, I'm assuming tonight or tomorrow morning, you're gonna send out the bracket?
Yeah, probably not tonight. Big kickball game tonight, E. Big
Oh,
kickball game tonight.
Jesus.
Probably tomorrow I'll be posting something uh on all platforms besides obviously Spotify, probably YouTube, Instagram, and TikTok. Our bracket challenge, for the ones that didn't listen to our episode yesterday, we are giving away our first piece of merchandise from Beyond the Ball. It'll be whoever beats me and Ian, the top individual who has the best bracket. So I'll be sending that out probably tomorrow. A lot of it will be going on the Instagram story. I don't want to post it on our actually Instagram post every day because it just won't look good. So it'll be kind of on our story, and it's free to join. So come see if you can beat the Beyond the Ball experts over here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think what we should do as well, Justin, if you can, on the story, also maybe include a post, $10 ahead for the World Cup fantasy.
We
Same
could do
app,
that.
winner take
Yeah,
all.
yeah, we could do something like that as well, and then give the person the money, and then
Yeah,
maybe
listeners, let us know if that's something you'd be interested in. Jay, Justin will post it or we'll get it posted and just, reply back. Hey, I'm interested in this. Hey, I'm not. Or if you sign up, just Venmo me $10. I don't know. Yeah, I'll hold on to the $10 and then you'll never see it again. That'll be it. And but anyway, moving right along. We'll get away from my scams. Let us get into the episode. So we have another big World Cup pod planned for y'all today. We're going to dive into the new FIFA VAR rules that just came out ahead of the 2026 World Cup this summer. A few interesting ones. So Justin will run through them. We'll give our thoughts and our takes on them. I have heard them before. I like most of them. So we'll take a deep dive into those. Then we're going to go through our knockout predictions. We went over the group stages yesterday, so we'll go over who we think's gonna advance through each round and who's gonna win it all, and then World Cup awards. Who we think is
Hmm.
going to? We have our own 6 awards that we're going to be giving out for the World Cup, so we're going to give our predictions on those awards. But before we dive in, Justin, anything else you wanna leave our listeners before we start?
Now let's get into some more World Cup action.
All right, rock and roll. So yeah, let's start off with the new VAR rules. Justin, this is all you. I know you said you got the rules in front of you, so why don't you take us away, big guy?
Yeah, so I guess we'll kind of, do you want to go over each rule by rule, or you just want me to go through all six? How do you want to
Let's
do it
go
here?
rule by rule.
All right, so the first one is 5 second countdown for throw-ins and goal kicks. How do you feel about that one, Ian?
So my opinion on it is, when does the referee start the
Start the time,
countdown?
yes.
So I think that's going to makes the world a difference. It's if it's when they place the ball down to kick it, or when they're, the referee is deciding when to throw it, fine. But if it's as soon as the ball goes out of play, then I don't like it. That might be too fast.
No, I think if it goes out of play, I think it's way too fast. But I don't think this one contradicts itself. Like
Yeah, it's
if the
odd.
if the ball goes like for a goal kick, say it goes, let's just say 10 feet from the right to the goalkeeper, and you start the time right away. The goalkeeper's not going to kick it in 5 seconds. Let's be clear here.
Right, right,
But then
exactly. So when he's
also if
starting,
but then also if it doesn't start till he puts it down, he's just going to take a sweet time walking to the ball.
right,
So
right.
to me, this one's going to be interesting on how they actually call this one.
Right, how they interpret it, I guess. Maybe they're just giving themselves the opportunity to call it when people are time wasting.
I think it could be
I
that
think
too.
what a lot of these rules are, when I went over them, are to eliminate the wasting of time, the Arsenal, fuckery, if you will. Like, they want to have as much playing time as possible and not as much
Hmm.
like ball out of play. Because I mean,
Yes.
let's face it, there are Premier League matches that drag, and if you're having that
Yes.
in the World Cup, like,
No,
you're
yeah,
trying
because
to
what it
draw a little bit of a different crowd. But I also understand, and I have heard this, that they don't want to take away all of the shit, poop housery from the game, if you will.
no,
Right? Like
yeah, there's always
taking
gonna be
away the
part of
long
that.
throw. So I see it both ways, but I think anything that speeds up ball and play is good, generally.
Yes, and this could be something they, if it is successful over the summer, they could bring this into most of the European
Yeah.
soccer leagues in the fall.
Yeah,
So,
absolutely.
number two, which I think this one's an absolute joke, by the way, red cards for covering your mouth during confrontations.
So
And this is
I,
another rule
uh,
because of the whole incident.
yes. So it's another one I think it's going to be really hard to police. I do agree with it. I like anything that can take away any sort of, nonsense, racism, like all awful things. So I am
Hmm.
in favor of anything like that. But how are you going to police that? Apparently, it's when they're making an aggressive gesture towards another opponent, which, fair enough, I guess, just leave your mouth uncovered.
Okay, yeah, that does make more sense.
It's
I think you just got to be careful.
it's not all the time. It's in combination with like an aggressive movement towards an opponent.
Yeah, I was gonna say that needs to be like explained because like whenever you're on the pitch and
Mm,
coaches are talking to players and
right.
players are talking to players, the mouths are always covered because
I think that's the yeah, no,
they want to
absolutely.
see
They
what
don't
they're
want to,
saying.
or they're standing over a free kick, or something along that
Yes.
lines. No, I think there is a fine print thing.
I agree.
This is kind of how this happened. So in that case, like, I don't mind it. But like, if somebody gets sent off for like talking to his teammate like over a free kick, then
Then it's gonna be an
maybe
issue.
we reassess. But I think that's one of those rules that we're using common knowledge,
Yeah, no,
or just
completely
like kind
agree.
of, like, let's common knowledge. And they can also VAR review any red card, right? Don't
Yes,
forget
which
about
will
that.
yeah,
So
that is very true.
like auto red cards are always automatically reviewed.
Automatic.
So they'll
That is
take an
also true.
automatic review, and if they're like, "Hey, man, he was talking to his teammate," like not that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah. I agree. Number three, I don't think we really have to talk about this much. Punishments for teams walking off the pitch in protest. I think this one's an
it's fine.
obvious one. We're starting to see
It's
like a
fine.
lot of these are because of
Yeah.
issues that happen, and this is what happened with Senegal and who was it? Senegal and
Yeah, I forgot
uh
who it was. Go ahead. Keep saying
you
what you're
want
gonna say. I'll look it up.
to
Yeah.
you're looking up it was Senegal and something, but I don't think there's much explanation for this one. Yes, if you walk off the pitch and protest, I do think you should be punished. I don't think you have the opportunity just to walk off the pitch and be like, okay, we just forfeit. And I guess the
Yeah.
word punishment we're gonna take is as in suspensions from players, coaches, and fines and things like that. But
So yeah,
uh,
that the walk-off happened when Senegal players and coaching staff walked off the pitch in protest during the Africa Cup of Nations final against Morocco.
it was Morocco. Okay, that's who it was.
Yeah, so it was Morocco. But yeah, no, I mean that's a pretty yeah, that's fine.
Like
I'm
I feel
I'm in
like we need
agreement with that. Yeah,
feel
it's
like we
fine.
really they didn't really need to add that one into this one.
But that just shows that there was never
I
a
know,
rule for
yeah,
it. You know what I mean?
for
Which
it,
is the
yeah,
crazy part because I don't think anything happened with a lot of the Senegalese players. I don't
that
think
is
anything.
true.
I don't remember anything coming out of that.
So,
So
yeah,
yeah,
it would have been a big topic.
right,
Number four,
exactly. I'm cool with that, world.
yeah, number four, mandatory 1 minute off-field treatment periods. Now, I feel like this one's also kind of obvious because I feel like any player that is off the field, they're not usually coming on right away
Hmm.
anyway. I feel like
Hmm.
they usually do have to wait a little bit of time.
Hmm.
So that's just me, but I
I
actually
feel like they police it anyway pretty well.
yeah, but I don't mind
Ball's got
like
to go
the
back out of play.
yeah, but I don't mind the strict like 1 minute off the
Sure,
field treatment period. Like, okay, if you're wasting time on the field, you got to basically play down
sure. Yeah, I got no
for a
problems with that.
minute. Yeah, nothing with that one. Uh, these are next two are I kind of do like, and this is getting now we're getting more into actually like how VAR is really going to start playing a big factor. VAR can step in if a foul is committed before the ball enters play at a set piece.
Love it. And the second part of that rule is the foul can only be called on a defensive player, I think it is.
Is that what it is? Defensive
Yeah. So like if Gabrielle tackles somebody in the box before the penalty's taken or before the
set
corner's
piece is
taken.
set piece taken. Yeah.
Right. So I'm pretty sure it's only if the defense fouls somebody offensively, and I like the rule. Right. It's going to get rid of a lot of, I think the fighting in the boxes that happens
With every
during.
yeah,
Right. Like I think it's going to take away from the fighting that happens during the actual play. Right, which happened with the West Ham Arsenal. It happens all the time where guys are running into each other. This is going to keep them separate, so there's not going to be as much fighting. I think mid kick, mid play. I think there'll be less because they'll have been separated beforehand.
and defenders are gonna have to be more careful what they do because now
Right, exactly. And if
they're
you
always
take them
gonna be
down, you're going to
watched from
go, yeah,
upstairs.
exactly. And I think that's fair. Like, I think a lot of the time, some of these teams, especially the smaller ones, when they go to take a penalty or, I can't say it a penalty kick, a corner kick, they just get like bullied in the box. Like, I think about watching, I'm going to bring it back to us watching Chelsea when we take corners, we're just get like thrown around for the most part because we're like so small. So I think it levels the playing field. Like, no, like you just got to stay within the rules here.
Yeah. Why don't they allow, again, obviously you're not the VAR guy, you didn't make the rules here. Why aren't they calling this with attackers as well, going on defenders? Or is that just because they can go back and look at that no matter what for VAR challenge anyway?
I don't know.
You know what I'm s-
I don't know.
because it
I mean,
goes
also
both way.
don't
It goes
quote me.
both
I mean,
ways in the
don't quote me
box.
on it either. Like, don't quote me on it either. But yeah, no, I would agree. It would be a free kick the other way, which in that case, I think would be a good idea too. I don't
Yeah,
know if
but
that's the rule, but I'm in favor of it. I think it'll get, like I said, get rid of a lot of the nonsense, and it like again will keep the game moving. How many times has it happened? Matches stop, ref goes over, gives him one of
yeah.
these, like, all
Hmm.
right, no, no more, fellas, no more. Walks away, blows his whistle, stands over the ball for 20 seconds. Another push from somebody else, pulls the captains in, and now we're wasting like 2 minutes over, over nothing. So I like it. Again, ball and play, keep the match moving.
Kim's going, yeah. And our last one is again another one I love. VAR can overturn wrongly awarded second yellow cards in corner
Beautiful.
kicks.
Beautiful.
Beautiful.
That's the smartest decision they've made.
Yeah, and I love the corner kicks ones because there's so many. It's kind of crazy the amount of wrong calls actually refs miss on corner
There's a
kicks
lot
and
of
goal kicks.
diehards that oppose that. Honestly, there's a lot of diehards, especially when I listen to Talk Sport. They're calling in and they're like, "No, no, you're taking away. Like you have to leave some like, I guess they want to leave some chance to the game." I'm like, "Well, that's
There
just
is always going to be chance in the game.
right." They're like, "Well, don't micromanage the rules." I'm like, "Oh, so you don't want to get it right?" I don't understand that. Like, just get the call right.
Yeah, as long as it
So,
doesn't slow down the game, like as long
right.
as, like you said, they're not they're making the VAR sign, they're going to the monitor every 10 minutes. But the thing now is like one, how much are we paying VAR refs now with all these rules
Yeah.
added? And two, VAR is really going to need to be good because the issue with this now, it's not like these are rules that we totally agree with, and I don't know
Mm,
how fans feel about it. Again, some of them may say the game's gone, doing it a different way, but now it's like we've seen VAR decisions that are just completely awful that we've
right.
seen go both ways. So now it's kind of like now they have more pressure on them, and are they going to be making the correct calls? Because it could go in a negative way here, depending on how
Mm,
they look at these I guess these fouls, these corner kicks, and things like that. So that's how I'm going to kind of look at it as well.
yeah. Yeah. I could see it. Obviously, VAR hasn't been the best. They've been obviously under a lot of scrutiny, but I think some of these rules that they have implemented, I think are going to be beneficial. And I think the general consensus is that most people like most of the new changes.
Yes, agreed.
So again, as long as I think you nailed it on the head, as long as they're not blowing the whistle every 10 minutes to go over to the screen and maybe they're just talking in the ear, right?
Hmm.
Like, hey, hold up 1 second. Nope,
Yeah,
nope, not your corner. It's the other way, right? So if
yeah,
they're doing it that way efficiently, it could work really well. I mean, they have enough
yeah.
cameras and they got enough shit on the ball, like,
Oh yeah,
goal line
absolutely.
technology. It really shouldn't take all that long. But we've said that before, and it's also taken minutes to like clear pretty innocuous penalties. Like in the
No,
Champions League, that Vardy, like, why did that even go to VAR? Like he was like
yeah, I
really
got you. Yeah,
tackled from behind in the box. But no, I get it.
yeah. It'll definitely be like this kind of like a test run, really. Because
Yeah.
like I said, like if these are successful and they're definitely
And they'll
gonna get
use the group stage as a test run too. Like if some of them
yes,
don't work, I'm sure they'll just scratch them for the knockout
scratch.
round and just be
Yeah,
like, yeah, no, we're gonna revert back.
and they're probably gonna get feedback from referees and
Yeah.
people outside the referee FIFA association and stuff like that, saying, "Hey, I think this really worked. Now let's incorporate this into our big leagues." So.
Mm. No, I agree. Awesome. Well, moving right along here, we can dive into our predictions for the rest of the World Cup. We're going rest of the World Cup, right, Jay?
Yep,
Knockout
we're going
stages,
we're,
right?
we're going all the way.
All the way. So let us start. Justin, you said before how you wanted to start. So we're going to start with a round of 32, and we're just going to
Yes.
go top to bottom. So, right. So who would your Monday, the 29th of June, Boston Stadium match be, right? Is that how we're going?
Yeah, so listeners, obviously yesterday we picked
Oh, I can
our
actually get the
we
good.
picked our group stage winners first through fourth. And then what we kind of did is on the app that we created our brackets, it let us know to pick our top 8 teams that were going to make it out of third place out of the 12. And then basically the app just did everything for us, put our round of 32, 16, and then all the way to the World Cup final. So we're basically just going off the app of what we have. Some of these games are going to sound a little familiar because we didn't have many different opinions in the group stages. There was 2 or 3 teams that were a little different, but we actually don't know our third place teams, who each of us have our best 8, and we don't know anything about each other's knockout. So it should be a little interesting here. See who's got the better beyond the ball knowledge.
Yeah. So the first match I have at the
What are we, June 29th, you said?
yeah, June 29th. So it's 1E. The first place team from Group E will take
Mm-hmm.
on the third place group from groups A, B, C, D, or F.
Okay.
All right. So Justin, who do you have then in that first matchup
I
of
have
the
I have Germany versus Australia.
as do I. As do I.
Okay. Obviously, we both have Germany winning that group. Australia is one of those third place teams.
Hmm.
Yep, coming out of the USA, Paraguay, and Turkey group. Uh, right? Paraguay, right? Or is it
Yep.
Panama?
Yep.
Paraguay,
Yep.
yeah. Okay, just making sure. Yeah. I think this is going to be Germany. Very comfortable. Uh, I just think Germany's too deep throughout the entire field, goalie all the way up to forward, coaching experience, player experience. If Tim Cahill was still on Australia, I may have thrown them in for a goal here and maybe a very slight chance. But I think Germany has a easy game here, and I think they move on to the round of 16 here.
Yeah, no, I agree, and I think you hit it right on the head. I have no qualms about that. The next match that we have here is taking place on the 30th, and that is going to be the
It's a
second
MetLife
place
game.
MetLife game, second place teams in either Group A or B versus the first place team in Group F or the second place team in Group C. Jay, who do you got in this one?
So I have France,
Yep,
who I have first in that group,
yep.
and then I have,
So you have France, that's everyone, so everyone knows. You have France, that's first in Group I.
and then I
No,
have,
I'm sorry, not group. Oh, I am off. I am sorry. Keep going.
I have Japan, who I think I have as a third place team. Did you do this wrong?
I did. Keep going. Oh,
Yeah,
there
so
it is.
it
Yeah.
should be a
So
third. It should be a
what?
third
First
place
of
team.
I and yeah, third place team of C and D. Sorry,
So I have France
C,
versus
D, F, G, H. Yeah.
I have France versus Japan. Japan, obviously, another third place team coming in here, and Japan. I talked about it yesterday. I think we talked about it as well. Japan's a team not really that you can just show up and beat. I think they are a
Hmm.
tough opponent for a lot of these teams in this World Cup. But I think falling in this position, having to play France here, doesn't fall into their favor. I do think there is a couple teams, if they fell under, I think they'd have a better chance of winning, and I would have them moving on. But playing France in the round of 32 is just an unfortunate draw for them of what I have here. And again, these draws could be completely different as well, depending on exactly how third place finishes. But I'm gonna have France here. Moving on. Do you have somebody
Okay.
different?
I do. I have Sweden. I
Yes,
have
because we
France
had
versus
that
Sweden.
switched in the group.
Yeah, I have France versus Sweden, but I think you said a lot of the same things that I was going to cover. I think France is way too strong. I will talk about Sweden later, but I am just a bit, and by a bit, a lot worried about them going into the World Cup, just based on the way that Gyökeres kind of played this season. It wasn't great. It was good. It was
Hmm.
okay. It was very Arsenal-like, right? It was very Arsenal, hold the ball up, play a different way. So let's see if he can kind of bring any of that, any of his goals back. And then we are talking about an Isak who missed, I mean, the entire season,
Hmm.
right? So, or, the bulk of the entire season. So I'm a little bit low on Sweden coming into it just because of like the form of the squad as well as the
Absolutely,
injuries.
yeah.
And then obviously with France, they're just so talented. We could, wax poetic for days about France, but I just don't think that Sweden is going to give them too much of a problem. I don't think
Yeah.
Sweden's going to give anybody too much of a problem, honestly. They'll be lucky, I think, if they get through. Well, no, they should get,
Well, you
if they
have him
lose
as
to
your sec.
Netherlands and Japan, yeah, I guess
You
then
have
they
him as
have
your
to.
second. I have him as my third. So should be interesting. I feel
Yep.
like some of these teams, like you have such a high chance of being that third place team. Because, like you said, it's 8 out of 12, and like
Right.
there's some teams I look at that like Sweeten's a team that I can see that they can. When I look at it, they can at least get 2 points. When I look minimum 2 points. When I kind of look at it, two ties.
Okay.
Because there's going to be some teams that like I don't think are going to get a point at all. So that's kind of how I look
Yeah,
at it a little bit as well. But
that's fair.
we'll see.
Okay. All right. So the next match that I have is 2A versus 2B. Is that what you have?
Uh, I don't know. I don't have the 2A, 2B. You go first. Who do you got here?
I have Korea versus Canada.
I have them as well.
Oh,
And I'll let
perfect.
I'll let I'll let you go first. But I feel like I'm going first every time taking the words out of your mouth.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm going with the Korea because I think Canada's I don't think they would have qualified for the World Cup had they not been a host nation. I'm just gonna go out there and say that. I
Fair.
don't think they're that great. I think they're kind of boomer bust. Like, sure, they could score some goals, but I think North Korea or I'm sorry, the
South
Korea
Korea.
South Korea, yeah, that North Korea. No, I think they're just a bit deeper, and I do think that they are always kind of a contender. Especially when you have Heung-min Son on your team, I always think that he can add just an extra, bit of veteran leadership, can
Hmm.
add, that those crosses, maybe some of those primetime moments. He's not that old, right? He's 33, so I think he's still got some juice left in the legs. And again, I just think more than anything else, it's just that I don't think Canada is all that strong.
Sure. All right, so I have Canada
Sure.
going the opposite way here. Kind of similar to what I talked to about yesterday. I think obviously the home field advantage does play a factor. Obviously, this game will be in Los Angeles.
Hmm.
So not a massive home field advantage, but you're still gonna have Canadians who are gonna travel very well to LA. But I think with the coaching experience of Jesse March, Fonzo Davies, we talked about yesterday, Jonathan David, I think they have the better squad and I think they have the better coaching experience. But again, Korea is not
Okay.
a team that you can take lightly, like you said.
No,
Sinma,
can't take him lightly, Jake.
yeah, you can. He can show up any time, but I think Canada's gonna have to be on their A game for this one. But I think this will be it. This is a good round of 32 game.
I agree. It's a good
Yeah,
round of 32. Can kind of go either way. I think you make some really
yeah,
good points for Canada as well. So I could see it going either way. I also
yeah.
just, I don't know, something about Canada making it to the round of 16. I don't know if that like
I'm just
fits.
I'm just I'm just glad we have a disagreement for once somewhere.
We might have another one here. So the next match that I have here is 1F versus 2C. And in my book, that is Netherlands versus Morocco.
I do have Netherlands versus Morocco.
Okay. And
Ian,
who do you have advancing?
I have Netherlands moving on here.
So do I. I do. I do have Netherlands advancing because I think I don't have them. Man, I might actually have them going a little bit further than I thought, actually, now that I'm looking at my rankings of them. But they have so many like players that are playing in top European leagues. It's such a deep 11. Morocco, they had that deep run last year, but do they have the attacking prowess to, if the Netherlands go out and score two or three, are they going to be able to keep up with them? I don't think so.
Yeah, I just kind of look at it as well. I just think Netherlands is too good of a squad to continue to underperform to their full potential.
Hmm. Yeah.
And I think Morocco, that 2022 World Cup, I don't want to say it was like a fluke, but I can't see them making like that big, deep of a run again. Like you said, I think they're stronger defensively than offensively.
Yeah.
But I think with the Netherlands team with more experience, going against some good center backs, some good defense, I think it'll be hard to beat them. But can I see Morocco winning? Absolutely. I think
Yeah.
them playing Brazil in that group will definitely help them uh, go into that round of 32. So would it surprise me if Morocco beats Netherlands? No. But can I see Morocco losing to Netherlands? Absolutely. Again, I think this could be one of the better games of the round of 32 as well.
Yeah. I agree. I think the Netherlands, yeah, I like them. I'm going to take them. I think they have the better
Yeah.
midfield too, with Reinders, Gravenberch, De Jong,
Yeah.
Simmons,
Simmons sucks.
Kluivert. I don't know. Going with them. Going with them.
Fair enough.
Next one on my list here. Let's see.
July 1st at Toronto Stadium.
July 1st at Toronto Stadium, indeed. And that is that I have is Colombia versus Czech.
Okay. You have Colombia versus Czech. I have Colombia versus Croatia. So you have Czech as the second place team?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Colombia versus Czech. Go ahead.
No, not Czech. Croatia, I mean. Colombia versus Croatia. I'm
Well,
sorry.
you just said Czech confidently three times.
Dude, I'm like cross-referencing. I'm trying to tell the listeners what exactly like the number matchup is, and not just like, oh, here are two teams. I'm trying to correspond them. And the FOT mob is not the same as the
I know,
FIFA. It's
yeah, it's
not the
different.
same.
All
I
right.
don't
You're
understand why
doing
that
good.
is.
One mistake, you got one strike. Go ahead. Colombia versus Croatia. Who do you have here? E?
This isn't even like no, it's 1-0. I don't know, man. Yeah, I got Colombia versus Croatia. I'm totally lost on where the hell we actually are here. Yeah, I got Colombia versus Croatia. I have Colombia going through. I think Colombia is just deeper. Maybe it's like I said before, has some recency bias, but I actually have them going a bit deeper in this competition than most might think. I just love Luis Diaz. I think any team that he's on, he can really add that spark. I do think it's the defense is okay. It'll fight. I think the defense will fight, but I think that front attack will definitely be able to get them through at least this round against Croatia.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna have a disagreement here. I also have Colombia. I think Colombia is just the team in the World Cup over the past through. Nope, I don't want to say that because I think they missed a one World Cup a couple of years ago. A team that is when they are in the World Cup, they are a problem. Tons of experience. They play that South American culture of soccer. They'll die for each other on the die for each other on the field. Uh, obviously, like you said, you got Luis Diaz, James Rodriguez. He made the team, right?
Yep.
Yeah, James Rodriguez. I know he's getting older, but on the Colombian team, we know he's a great player. But I think overall they're solid. They're going to be physical. Uh, and yeah, I can see them beating Croatia here. Obviously, we know Croatia is getting older day by day, and they're not as good as they used to be. So I'm taking Colombia here as well.
I think it's a lot of that for me as well. I just think that Colombia, they're younger. I think this new, you know, bunch of players coming up, and I think
Yes.
Croatia's phasing their way out, right? I think Colombia's got a little bit, well, not a little bit. I definitely think they have a younger squad, little, but like young, but with some experience, right? Like not too young. They're still
Hmm.
playing, and I think Croatia, right? Like if you're running Mudryk out in midfield, maybe we're talking a little bit past his prime.
Yes.
Um, so that's the way I see things with them. Moving along, yeah, I'm dropping Fat Mob. I'm very disappointed with that thing. All right, so we
Oh,
should
I
know.
got it. I got it right here. This
No,
is
I
easy.
got
You don't know how to
Spain.
read.
No, I got Spain versus Austria in
Yes,
the
one
next
H
matchup.
one H versus the two J.
See, how did you find that so easily?
Because you go to the date, you look at the stadium
All right, 1H versus 2J. Who do you have here? I got Spain getting through. I don't
versus
think
who?
it's
Sorry, I
too
didn't hear you say.
Austria.
Yep, I have Austria as well. Yeah, like you said,
Do
I
we need to go
think.
too deep into this one? I think this is a pretty much a no-brainer. Spain's very deep, very, very good.
Okay, yeah, Ian's gonna end it there. Yes, against Spain's too talented. Austria, bad result for you here.
Love it. Next one that we have here is Turkey versus Bosnia.
So you're gonna have Turkey versus Bosnia. So this is gonna be the San Francisco on what's it, July 1st?
July 1st, correct.
So this is going to be the 1D versus the 3B, E, F, I, or J.
Perfect. I got Turkey advancing because I think Turkey. I I think this is going to be Arda Güler, a little bit of a coming out party, like it used to be
Okay.
for James Rodriguez. I think this is going to be Arda to kind of show off to the world a little bit. He's got some experience now with Real Madrid. His first World Cup, if he played at all, I don't even know if he made that roster the last time around. But if he didn't, I'm sure, or if he did, I'm sure he didn't play too much. But I
Hmm.
think this is going to be a little bit of his showing off party when he does play for Madrid. He's excellent. He's great with the ball at his feet, and like Hosnia again, we talked about them yesterday. It's awesome. It's a great story that they made it here. They were able to knock off Italy, but I think this is a round that I think they will be knocked out. I also do, like I always said, I do like Granit Xhaka in the middle. It's the midfield
Yeah.
for me. Great holding midfielder. And then you have in my opinion, a great attacking midfielder. I would love to have Arda Güler on my team. I truly do love him. I think he's a tremendous attacking midfielder.
Hmm.
And I think he's going to be very influential for them. So that's why I got them going through.
Yeah, so this is where
And
we have.
Vildiz, and
Yeah.
Vildiz, and Vilmaz. So a lot of good scores, a lot of good scores up front. And in the midfield, you also have Kalhanoglu. It's a better
That's
midfield
fair,
team.
yeah. Good. Yeah.
Better
So
midfield.
this is where we had our disagreement yesterday. I have USA versus Bosnia because I had USA winning the group over Turkey. I do have USA beating Bosnia in this round of 32. I don't think Bosnia is a strong team. Like
Oh,
I
I'm
do have
sorry. Granit Xhaka doesn't play for Turkey. He plays for Switzerland. Yeah, I knew I was off on him. Forget that. I said Granit Xhaka.
uh but yeah, again, I do have Bosnia being that third place team, but I think in playing US at San Fran Stadium, I think USA is a much, I think I'm going to say much, a much better team than Bosnia. And I think this is a great matchup for them in the round of 32. I think Christian Pulisic, Balogun should have a lot of success here going against that Bosnia defense. It should take the host country into the round of 16. So I'm taking USA moving on here.
Uh-huh. That's terrific. That's just tremendous. All right, Jay. The next matchup I got here is July 1st at Seattle Stadium. It's
So that's going
Belgium.
to be our 1G versus our 3A, E, H, I, or J.
Perfect. All right. I like how you're taking this over because it sounds like you're much better at it. I do have Belgium here. I know we talked a little bit yesterday that they could be aging out. When I went back through their roster last night and looked at some of the players that they do have that aren't necessarily aged out, you do have De Ketelaere, 25, Doku's 24, two excellent players right there. Salamakers from AC Milan, 26. Yuri Tillemans is only 29. Amadou Onana's 24. So they're not as old as I think we let on yesterday. The defense is definitely going to be shaky.
Hmm.
But again, in the sticks too, you do have Thibaut Courtois or you have Lemens from Manchester United. So you have two great keepers there. So I see Belgium making it through here.
Who who do you have? You didn't say who Belgium played unless I missed it.
Check.
Czech. Okay. Yeah. I actually also have uh Belgium versus the Czech. Kind of similar to what you said, but I still think Belgium is a liability in the World Cup. But I think this is a game they could get. They should get through here, move to the round of 16, and then we'll kind of see how they do. But I think Courtois will keep him in the game here.
Okay. All right. Next match that I have here is Houston Stadium, Monday, the 29th of June. My matchup is
Houston.
Brazil versus Japan. So I believe it's the first group or
One C versus two F.
there you go. 1C versus 2F.
And you have Brazil versus who?
I have Brazil versus Japan. I
And
have
I have
Brazil
Brazil
making
versus
it.
Sweden.
Okay. So I have Brazil versus Japan. I have Brazil making it through. Again, I love the offensive attack. I think that this is going to be one of their harder matches, especially if they end up playing Japan, because Japan can kind of dig in. They could sprint a lot. Brazil, I don't think their offensive players like to get back and play defense too much, right? Like when we think of like Vinicius Jr. and some of those other attacking players, could have like Endrick up front, could have like Rafinha. They're not going to be sprinting back to play defense. So that is the only thing that maybe can concern me if Japan's able to steal a goal. But I think Brazil overall, I think they're too strong offensively. I do think, again, they have a very solid midfield. You have Bruno, Casemiro, Luis Paqueta. If you haven't realized, listeners, I love a strong three midfield. So if there's a strong three midfield and it's stronger than the others, I'm going to go with the stronger midfield. And I think Brazil has a stronger midfield than Japan. I think
Okay,
they have the
yeah,
stronger team. I
stronger
think.
team. Yeah, I agree. Obviously, I have Brazil versus Sweden. I still have Brazil moving on. I just think the attack is just way too strong. I think the midfield, like you kind of said, is very strong. Midfield, I think the defense isn't the greatest in my opinion, but I
They're
still
not
think
terrible though. They're serviceable.
they're not terrible, and they definitely have players on the outside who can go up and down the field, which I
Yeah,
think is going to
Gabrielle
be
too.
huge advantage for them. But I think Sweden's going to cause them a little bit of trouble. I think the strength and physicality of Sweden could cause Brazil a couple of problems. I think depending on how Sweden does roll out, do they go Isak and Gyökeres? Do they play two up top? Do they maybe play a 4-4-1-1? Do they have Isak maybe drop behind him with Gyökeres up top? I think it'll be interesting how they start, but I do think if those two were on their game, they could cause Brazil some problems in the back. But I'm gonna take Brazil. I'm gonna take Brazil to move on here, but I don't think it's like a 3-1 game for Brazil. I think this is like a 2-1 game here.
I will just say, as far as defense goes, in the middle, Marquinhos and Gabriel are in their middle. It's pretty,
That's fine.
pretty,
Like
pretty
that's
good.
fine. That's fine.
We said they're weak in the middle. Those are pretty good
No,
center
I said
backs.
they're weak at the back, and I'm more talking about their outside backs.
Okay.
Who's starting? Gusto back there?
Well, Gusto plays
Gusto's
in
French.
France,
Sorry,
bud.
just kidding. Just kidding.
So
Just kidding. Ignore that comment I just said.
it's fine. You get a
Who
Gusto.
are
I got
who
a
are
Granit Xhaka.
who are Brazil starting center backs?
Or you mean their left and right backs?
Outside backs. I'm looking right now.
It's not in the book. The book is not the right way. Let me give you
Uh,
his squad.
like actually, really, who is it?
I'm
That's like
looking
an
it up.
honest, it's like an honest question.
I'm looking it up. So you have Allison, obviously a keeper.
Mm-hmm.
Wesley,
Yeah.
Danilo,
Okay. Yeah. I
Danilo,
see it. Yeah.
Alexandro, Leo Pereira, Douglas Santos, Roger Ibanez, Bremer. Bremer is definitely a center
Yeah.
back.
I
Yeah,
don't
so I
think that.
guess yeah. I
I
mean, they
don't
don't
think they're
have.
strong out wide. Those are okay players, but I don't think they're that strong in the back. So, sorry, outside backs. To put it in
Yeah.
reference.
Okay. Yeah,
All
fair
right.
enough. Next
Next.
matchup I have Dallas Stadium, the 30th of June is Ecuador versus Norway.
Yep. And this is going to be our 2E versus 2I. You have Ecuador versus who?
Norway.
Norway. I actually do have Ecuador versus Norway, and I definitely know you have Norway. I have
Yeah, I got Norway
Ecuador.
going
I
through.
have Ecuador.
Okay.
Go ahead. You can explain.
Erling Holland. I think any team that has no, and I'm serious. I think any
No,
team
I
that
know you're
has a
being honest.
striker to that level where it's like, fuck, we're down a goal. Yo, kick it up to Holland. Like you got a chance. Like you will always
Hmm.
have a chance with a striker like Holland, striker like Mbappe. I not Kane because he doesn't have the speed. Holland can break through a line in midfield and finish. So I think anytime you have him, you have a chance to win. And I don't think Ecuador, like I have Holland as my Golden Boot winner. Spoiler, I think he could go 2 goals a match. Like they rely so much on him, and I think he's going to be the game changer for them. Like honestly, it's going to be Erling Holland and the Odegaard show, and that's why I got them beating Ecuador. I could see why Ecuador could win because if Holland doesn't score, they're going to lose. But I do see Holland like just he's so fucking good. He's
No,
just
yeah.
so good.
I I completely agree, but I think, and I love Holland as a player. You know that
Right.
a lot of people do, but I think the hype he's getting for the World Cup is too much, and we have to
Do you
understand
think
this.
it is? I don't
Yes,
think it is. I
yes,
don't.
I
I
do.
think
I
where
do
are you
think it is.
listening? Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's his first World
I think
Cup.
the French hype is more.
I think it's his first World Cup. He has tons of pressure on him. He knows he has to carry this team, and I think a lot of defenses are gonna try to shut him down, which could open up space for other players on the oppositions. But I think in this game, I think Ecuador is a very strong, structured team who like to play physical, which could throw Holland out of his game. I know Holland is a strong guy as well, but I think Caicedo will be playing at the six. He'll be probably dropping in here to make sure Holland doesn't get to that space. Center backs will make sure he's not getting in behind, trying to throw him off his game. So I'm gonna take Ecuador to move on here.
I mean, do you think that Ecuador's defense would be the best defense in the Premier League?
Do I think who?
Ecuador's
Ec-
defense would be the best defense in the Premier
No, but Premier League and international is a completely different level of football.
League. I'm sick of hearing that. It's different. It's different.
Norway's
It's
got to
different.
come
It's
to
different.
Dallas
It's
too, by
different.
the
It's
way.
different.
It's gonna be hot as hell in Dallas.
So
Ecuador is
what?
used to that heat as well. The heat's gonna be a factor.
It will be. I don't know,
Think of
man.
Norway. Isn't Norway usually cold?
Probably.
Yeah,
Colder in here, I'm sure.
And Ecuador is
But
usually
just don't
hot.
like name drop like Caicedo. Like he's gonna be the guy that stops Holland. Chelsea's Chelsea's never fucking
He'll be
stopped
playing the
City.
six just because I have. You're just upset that I picked Ecuador to win.
I am a
All
little
right.
upset you picked Ecuador over or Norway. I'm actually a little upset about that.
Yeah, go cry about it.
Because I do like their flag and everything. All right, then we got Mexico City Stadium on Tuesday the 30th of June. Mexico versus Scotland for me.
This is the 1A versus the 3. Is that a G? Is that a C? The GEFHI. I have Mexico versus Scotland as well. Uh, you have Scotland?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow, I like this disagreement we got going on
For
now. It's
no
not the
other reason,
same.
I think Big Dick Scotty McTominay is gonna is gonna step up with something magical like he always does. The beauty that he is. I think Bill Gilmore. I do like him in midfield. I think Scotland. They're being really followed a lot this World Cup. I feel like there's a lot of Scottish fans really rallying behind their squad, like they always are. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of Scottish fans in attendance at some of these matches because I do think there's a large Scottish. As I'm saying this, I'm realizing the match is going to be in Mexico, but I do see Scotland. They travel well, so I don't see the Scottish team being necessarily afraid of the fans that will be at the Mexico Stadium. Yeah, I'm also
Yeah,
biased towards Scotland. I mean, what do you
that's
want from
fair.
me? Like, what do you
Yeah.
want from me? I'm
So
biased. I like John McGinn. Like, sue
no,
me. And anything can
I
happen. It's a World Cup.
no, I completely agree with you. And to be honest as well, I have Mexico moving on, and it's not like a confident pick. Like this is like this game was more of like a 50-50 to me. And I'm always gonna take a team that has a home field advantage, especially Mexico in Mexico City. Uh,
Yeah.
there's gonna be beers thrown on the field.
It was hard for
There's
me to
gonna be
not
all
pick Mexico. I was like,
yeah.
well, this
There's gonna
almost like,
be there's
yeah.
gonna be all that drama. The atmosphere is gonna be crazy in Mexico City.
Hmm.
I would say if this game was like in the United States, even though the Mexico national team does get a very good turnout for games in the United States, we've seen
It'd
that
be
as well when they
different.
play USA. But knowing it's in Mexico Stadium, I just think it's gonna be a crazy
It's a
atmosphere
home game.
for Scotland to play at. And like you said, Scotland does travel well. Their atmosphere is great too. But I think I'm just gonna take Mexico here slightly just because of where they're playing.
That's fair. Yeah. No,
Yeah,
and
but
I
nothing
completely
against
see that.
Scotland.
Yeah, okay. The next match I have here, Atlanta Stadium, Wednesday, July the 1st. England versus Senegal is on my
Yep.
book.
This is going to be the 1L versus the 3 E, H, I, J, or K. And I think we both can agree here. England moving on.
Yeah, but like not confidently and maybe like
Okay.
1-0 or like on penalties. Because
You
Senegal,
think
I think, is one of those teams that can cause problems. I
Nico
think that
Jackson, Sadio
they
Mane?
have the speed. They have the speed, and England does not have speed, right? England
That's
does at the back, they're slow as shit, especially if they're like John Stones. Like they're
yes, very
slow
true.
as fuck right now. So I mean, they don't have speed. Again, interesting to see. I'll be interested to see what lineups Tuchel runs out there. Again, I'm losing my high on England just because of the squad he picked, and the closer we get, like the England just doesn't look as good as they should again. So I mean, I think they'll make it through, but I think by the skin of their teeth. I don't think it's going to be. I think Senegal's going to be. If Senegal didn't play England in the first round, I could see them making it to the round of 16.
You'd
They're
have
that
them
type of
beating a
team, I think.
lot more teams. Yeah.
I would have them
Yeah.
beating a lot more teams, correct?
Yeah. Yeah. I have
They even
England.
get screwed in their group, right? They got Norway and France.
Yeah,
Like
it's
if you were to put
unfortunate for them.
them in Group J, they finish second over Algeria, Austria, Jordan. If they're,
Mhm.
Group L, same thing. Like in so many other groups, they would probably finish second.
Yeah.
You
But
got
yeah,
Ilman and Dye
I
as
agree.
well up front. Sadio Mane, Ismail Sarr could be a huge name. Um, Gouye, Idrissa Gouye, Pape Sarr. It's good. It's a good squad.
No, yeah,
They
I
could
agree with
win,
you.
man. They could win.
Yeah, I don't. I'd say a slight chance. I still
Yeah,
think
but like
England.
France could, or not France, England could also only score one goal.
Yeah, but I
So if
still
Senegal
think
gets two breakaways. Yeah, I know, man. I got England going pretty far too, but I'm just saying there's a good like I'll bet on if Senegal play England like this, I'll bet on Senegal to win like
Senegal.
2-1. Two counterattacking goals is all they're gonna need.
Yeah, I'm still taking England here. I
Oh,
think
so am I.
I
Yeah.
still think Harry Kane up top's going to be a problem for Senegal.
I think Harry Kane up top, again, the midfield, I
Yeah,
think is solid, but I'm so low on Jude Bellingham. I think that Morgan Gibbs White should be their attacking midfielder, but
we don't need to get into that conversation.
well,
We've already done it once.
yeah, that's true. The next matchup I have here, Miami Stadium, Friday, July 3rd, Argentina versus Uruguay. This is a really good
Yes,
matchup.
this is the 1J versus the 2H, and obviously you're getting a little rivalry between
Mhm.
these two teams who do play each other for the World Cup qualification. So this game is definitely going to be physical. We're definitely going to see a lot of cards.
Yep.
You're going to see that great South American soccer
Yep.
that
I
you signed up for, and this is probably a great game to go to as well. And I think it's going to be packed out, especially
see a lot of money.
In Miami. Uh,
On
I'm
the
gonna
3rd of July, right before our nation's for our
Yeah,
nation's
that is
250th
true.
birthday.
So I am gonna take Argentina. I'm gonna take Argentina here. I still think Argentina is just way too good. You still have Lionel
Mhm.
Messi. Uh, you're obviously gonna have Enzo Fernandez in the middle. Then you have some younger talent, uh,
Simeone,
semi up top and things like that.
um, Julian Alvarez will probably be starting at striker for them. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
Messi.
very good squad. I mean, Uruguay also, Freddie Valverde, Darwin Núñez, another good team, but Argentina just, I mean, they're the best in the world for a
Yeah,
reason, or one of the best in the
exactly.
world for a reason.
Well,
So I
yeah,
have Argentina as well.
yeah,
Dallas
great.
Stadium, Friday, July 3rd, USA versus Egypt. On my end, Jay,
And then you said Kansas City, right? No, you
Dallas.
said Dallas, July 3rd. This is the 2D versus the 2G. 2D versus 2G. I have Turkey versus Egypt. Uh,
Okay.
I have Turkey moving on. I know we've talked both about Turkey and USA. I think I did say Turkey could win that group with USA, and I do think Turkey is a good enough team here to beat Egypt. I think Egypt really depends on Salah and maybe one or two other players. I don't think they're deep enough. I think this Turkey team is they're not deep, but the starting 11 is a very good 11 that's put together and a lot of younger players who come together and play for their country. So I'm going to take Turkey moving on here to beat Egypt.
I got Egypt advancing over the U.S. I got Mo Salah, 2 goals,
You
U.S.
are
none.
a
That's it.
you are
That's
you
it.
are a complete asshole. To
I
Egypt
swear,
winning.
I got Egypt beating the
Oh
U.S.
my
I got Egypt
Egypt.
beating the U.S. U.S. not a good soccer nation. Egypt better. Mo Salah better star power. Can score those goals. U.S. I don't know who's going to score goals. Their best scorer is Christian Pulisic who had 5 in Serie A this year. Give me Egypt.
All right. If they do play each other, we're betting on this game.
Yay.
100%. Because you
Um,
kind of just pissed me off for the rest of the day, if I'm being honest. All right,
This
move
one
on.
is great at Zaka time. This is it. Switzerland versus Ivory Coast. And I do have Switzerland making it through here.
Yeah, so this is our 1B versus our 3 E, F, G, I, and J. I also have Switzerland versus Algeria. Again, I think Switzerland's a very underrated team,
Yes.
and I think we talked about that yesterday. I just think Switzerland's very underrated. A lot of players who,
Experienced.
a lot of their experience, but a lot of players who don't really stand out and get the looks that they deserve and the media that they deserve. But for the international team, they're very well coached and they're put
Very
together
well coached. They're one of
very
those teams
well.
that just plays really good
Yes,
tournament
it's
football.
good soccer. Yeah, it's actually enjoyable to watch them. But I think against Algeria, I think they should win this one comfortable.
Yeah, and I got, same thing. I got them against going against Ivory Coast. Ivory Coast, I think it would be great for them to get to the round of 32. And I think that's kind of where it comes to the
Where
end for
comes
them.
in?
Granted, they did beat France today. And that made me change my bracket. So if I'm just saying now, if Ivory Coast make a run, you heard it here first.
You
After
did
they
say
beat
that.
France today, like they beat France pretty good. Well, not pretty good, but well,
2-1,
I
right?
don't
Yeah.
know. Yeah,
All
whatever.
right, let's go to the last game of the
Kansas
round of
City Stadium,
32.
Portugal versus Ghana.
Okay.
Friday, 3rd of July. I got Portugal getting through midfield. Portugal's got I think, the best midfield in the World Cup. And Ghana, for as exciting as they can be with some of their attacking forwards, I think Portugal's way too strong.
Yeah, so this is our 2D versus our 2G. I have Portugal versus Ivory Coast.
Okay.
Uh, again, I just think it's Portugal. Again, like you just kind of said, put the words like that. Those three midfielders of Vintinha, Bruno Fernandes, and Joe Neves should just be able to dominate this game and make Ivory Coast either sit back or just chase the ball the entire game. And I think just Portugal's too deep.
All right.
So
Perfect. Awesome. So that will be it for the round of 32. This gets us in the round of 16. And this would be, dude, this is a 4th of July treat. Philadelphia Stadium, Saturday, July 4th. I got Germany versus France.
I do have Germany versus France as well.
That's a
And
treat on the 4th of July.
yeah, I don't need to say, no, I don't need to go in the book anymore what they are because then it's like wild. It's like W74 versus W77. No
Right,
one's gonna
right,
know
right,
what the
right,
hell that
right.
means. Yeah, this would probably when I'm looking down my list, this is the game of the round of 16. And
Yeah,
this is a treat for everybody.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. I have France.
You don't feel confident on that though, do you?
I don't because of the way they played today, and Mbappe. But they've won a World Cup before, but like Mbappe seems to be up to his like fucking he wants the ball and to do whatever he wants bullshit.
No, yeah, I think this game is great. I would take Germany if it was like 8 years ago, but
Yeah, I
I
would too. I'm
just,
not sold on like I like Voltemade, but I'm not sold on whoever the
yeah,
strike. It's either Voltemade or Havertz. I'm not sold on that striking combo. If Verts, a lot of this is going to depend on Verts. If Verts plays well this World Cup, Germany I think could go further and beat France. If Verts plays like the Verts that played at Liverpool, then no shot. But Verts, when he plays for his national team, does ball out. And
yeah,
France
no,
doesn't have they really had that many players ball out for the national team that are on the roster right now, other than Mbappe? No, right? It's always
yeah.
been the Mbappe show. So
But I just think with the informed Michael Elise,
yes, yeah,
uh,
yeah. I'm not saying it
and
won't happen. I
Mbappe
got
up top. Now, I think what can happen in this game is I think it could be like a 1-1 game in the 75th minute, and I just think France can take so many options off their bench
mhm,
that can just
plug them
change
in.
it,
Yeah,
just plug him in and really change the game here. So I think I'm gonna take France, but I do think this will be like an enjoyable game. Like I don't think it'll be a blowout. Like I can see a 3-2 game here, 4-3 game even, possibly. But this should be a good game. I'm gonna take France.
yeah, yeah. I am as well. Next one I have here. This one is probably not as fun. Houston Stadium, Saturday, the 4th of July, Korea versus the Netherlands. I have the Netherlands making it through, just I think because that's an easier matchup for them. I'm sure what do you have? Netherlands versus Canada?
I have Netherlands versus Canada. I do have Netherlands
Yeah.
moving on as well here. I just think the experience
Bit of an easier draw there.
oh yeah, overruns Canada. Canada does have to play in the US here, so but, I'm gonna take Netherlands here. I don't have to talk about that one much.
Yeah, I don't either. I think the Netherlands benefit from a pretty easy draw there. Good experienced team. The next one here, Dallas Stadium, Monday, the 6th of July, Colombia versus Spain. I bounced back and forth a lot on this one, and I landed on Spain. I had Colombia. I've gone back and forth with this bracket so many times. I'm going to go with Spain though because I think they're tried and true. They're just really
Hmm.
good, right? Like I want to go with the hype of, Colombia and, the fans and everything, but I got to go with Spain. They're tried and true. They're going to score. You know what you're going to get from them, and it's always going to be a great soccer team. So
No,
you can't
I
go
agree with
wrong. You can't go wrong with Spain.
I agree with you as well. I think Colombia, like discussed before, is a good team, very quality team. But I think playing Spain here is
The
just
midfield,
is just a team that I wouldn't want to play. Like if they were playing Netherlands. As an example, I'm just looking at one of the teams there. If they play Netherlands, I may have went Colombia over Netherlands. That may have been more of a 50-50 game for me, but I just think Spain is just too deep. The midfield's too good. Lamine Yamal will definitely be
Pedri,
playing.
Rodri,
Lamine
Zubimendi.
Yamal will definitely be playing in this game, who I just think is gonna be a
Yeah.
nightmare for them. So I'm gonna take Spain and move on.
Yeah, 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 yeah. I agree. Seattle Stadium, Monday, the 6th of July. We got Turkey and Belgium, and I'm going with Belgium here. I think I said it before that when I went back through Belgium's kind of their roster, I saw just a lot of little bit of younger stars as well.
Hmm.
So I think they're very evenly balanced, this Belgium team. I think they have a lot of professionals on it, and I think they got what it takes to make it out of the round of 16 over Turkey. I also don't think Turkey, I think they're a solid squad, and I know I waxed poetic about them earlier, but I do think Belgium has a better,
Better
deeper
squad.
squad. Yeah.
That's fair.
This is where I
So
think we get when we get to the round of 16s, we're like, yeah, well, this is just they're just better, right?
some
Some
of
of
them,
these players
yeah.
are just better.
So obviously I have the odds. I have USA versus Belgium. I have USA moving on here against Belgium. Uh, I do think USA gets their revenge for the one game when Tim Howard made like 17 saves. I don't think Belgium is good enough. I know we've been talking. I don't think they're deep enough. I don't think they're the same squad as they used to be. And I think if USA does beat Who did I say the round before? If USA does beat, sorry. Who is it? If they do beat Bosnia, I do think they have a lot of momentum going into the round of 16. And I'm not saying it should be a light game. They can take Belgium, but I do think Belgium could bring it to them. But I think USA does have a little chance here to move on and beat Belgium, and I think they do. Christian Pulisic with 2 goals in this game.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, man, I don't know. I think they fucking suck. So whatever. Sure. Go ahead. You could take your Team USA. Sunday, the 5th of July, at MetLife was Brazil versus Norway. And I have Brazil here. I think Norway's run of fun comes to an end, and Brazil, I got them going deep, man. I like
Um,
Brazil a lot. I think Carlo
yeah.
Ancelotti's got a really great squad, and I got Brazil.
Yeah, I have Brazil versus Ecuador. So obviously another South American culture game that they're used to playing to each other. But again, I just think Brazil is just too good with the ball and just too big of a squad for Ecuador to handle here at MetLife Stadium. So I got Brazil moving on.
Yeah, absolutely. Next one I have here, I think you might have the same pairing, or maybe not. Mexico City, Sunday the 5th of July, Scotland, England, or do you have Mexico, England?
I have Mexico, England.
That would be crazy if they got all of these matches at Mexico City Stadium. I do have England making it against Scotland if that's the matchup, just because I think England, when we talked about it before, I think they're just better than Scotland. I think their players are deeper. That would be a hell of a matchup. That would be a crazy matchup for the UK, but England is just objectively deeper than the Scotland
Hmm.
squad. The players are just objectively better. There's just a deeper, better team. There's more star power at each position over Scotland. So that's what I would have there.
Yeah, I have England, Mexico, and I do have England moving on, but this environment for England fans is not going to be friendly at
No, not
Mex
conducive.
at Mexico Stadium at Mexico City Stadium. And I know I said it before when the round of 32 in Mexico was playing in Mexico, but England fans and Mexico fans probably aren't going to get along here. So this could be a nightmare for uh England football fans, but I still
Yeah.
think England is good enough to move on here and beat Mexico, but not easily.
No, not easily. No wins that they'll have this
It's
World
going to feel
Cup run.
comfortable, yeah.
No, they won't beat anybody 2 or 3-0.
Yeah.
They just won't. Next matchup, Atlanta Stadium, Tuesday the 7th of July. I got Argentina versus Egypt. I got Argentina making it through. I don't really have much to say on that.
Yeah, I have Argentina and Turkey. Again, I just think Argentina is too good when you have
When you start
Messi.
talking about these teams, yeah, it's
Yeah,
just
when you have Messi on your team and just a high experience your past World Cup champions, I think it's just too hard to beat them in the stage. So I'll take Argentina.
yep. BC Place in Vancouver, Tuesday the 7th of July, Portugal versus Switzerland. I got Portugal making it through. One of the things, I mean, again, Portugal just such a dominant midfield, so many attacking options, plethora of options in this Portugal team. So give me Portugal.
Yeah, I have Portugal as well, and I know we do enjoy the Switzerland team, who's actually decent squad, fun to
Mhm.
watch.
Yep.
Uh, but again,
Yeah,
I just think this Portugal team this year is
it's good.
kind of
It's a
just
good team.
too deep.
Yeah, no, I agree. Wow, a lot of matches. That moves us to the quarterfinals now. And this was at Boston Stadium on Thursday, the 9th of July. France versus the Netherlands. I think this is France. I think this is France in my book. I think again when we talk about the depth scoring options, when we talk about Netherlands and potential lack thereof scoring options and threats up top on the top of the pitch, that's what I'm going with here. So give me France.
Yeah, I have France as well. I think the talent of Mbappe up top is going to cause that defense problems.
Yeah,
Older Van Dijk, who's not the same.
yeah.
You're gonna have
Jeez.
Michael Olise out wide. You probably have Dewey. You'll have Dembele.
Yeah,
I just
unless the
think it's a
Netherlands can like hold the ball for the whole match, like they're just gonna be
yeah.
running up and down the pitch.
I just think it's a lot of trouble for that Netherlands defense.
Yep. No, I agree. The next quarterfinal matchup I got here is at Los Angeles Stadium on the 10th of July, and that's Spain versus Belgium. And I got Belgium's run coming to an end here. I do think Spain prevails. I think they move on. Such a strong team.
Yeah, I have Spain versus USA, and I
Oh,
think
here we
this is
go.
No, I think this is where
Here
you
we
I,
fucking
I
go.
think this is where reality hits. I think Spain I think Spain waxes USA here. Uh,
Yeah.
if it if it does get here, I just think the town of Spain just makes like
Yeah.
Tim Ream, Matt Freeze just
Tim Ream.
look like I know they're not all MLS players, but just makes
Good
us look
Lord.
at two different countries of how
Good
comparable
Lord.
we are and how bad US soccer is here. So I'm gonna take Spain here. Don't worry, I wasn't taking US that go that far.
Tim fucking Ream, man. Jesus Christmas. Oy vey. All right. Miami Stadium, Saturday, the 11th of July, brings us Brazil versus England. And this is where I got the three lions bouncing out. I do have Brazil here. I
I
think
do have Brazil as well.
They're too slow. I don't think they have the scoring options. I think again, if Brazil score two, if Brazil score three, England's like they might as well just get on the bus and
Trouble.
head home. There's
Yeah.
zero shot England scoring three goals in a match. So give
No,
me,
yeah.
yeah, definitely not against Brazil. I think Brazil's just way too. I think they're just stronger. I think England is, and we've said it before over and over again, they're not bringing attacking options. Your wingers can't score. The only person on the team that they're bringing that can score is Harry Kane, and I'll give you Jude Bellingham. Otherwise, there's no scorers on that team. It's a solid midfield, sure, but they're not scorers. Who's going
Yeah.
to score you goals? You need to fucking score goals to win get matches, and England does not have players that can score goals.
If England brought some of those players that they didn't put on the roster, I'd probably lean more towards England here.
I
But
would be more excited. I'd be more
But I
like, oh,
just
that could
think
be a playmaker. Yeah, nothing.
but I think with the roster selection here and the players kind of like you said, like you look at the Brazil front three and then you're kind of looking at the England front three. I just usually just say Harry Kane. I just think Brazil is the better team here. So I'm gonna take Brazil to move on as well.
And I think the thing too that it does play into is that Harry Kane isn't fast, right? So
Yeah.
Brazil's back line will be able to hang with him, right? He's
hmm
not going to outpace them. So yeah, man, I don't know. England, and they don't do it, man. They haven't. When's the last time that England did it? It's not coming home. I'm a little
Yeah.
upset about it, but I think like I said, as soon as Tuchel put out that roster, I don't think I get any less excited about the England national team. As soon as I saw Noni fucking Madueke, man, I swear I like lost it. I lost my passion for like, oh God. And then we got Kansas City Stadium, Saturday, 11th of July. My goat versus your goat, Argentina versus Portugal. But I got Portugal here because of the midfield. I do have Portugal here.
Yeah. I think this is the matchup every fan wants.
Yep.
I think the only other wish you can get as a fan, as a don't even have to say Ronaldo or Messi fan, just as a football fan, is
Yep.
this would be the World Cup final, and I don't know if that can actually happen. I don't
Yeah, I
there's
don't think so.
I don't know if it can work, but knowing we get a quarterfinal of Messi versus Ronaldo, knowing it's probably their last World Cup for both of them. Well, it is for Messi, Ronaldo. We don't know if we're being really
Yeah,
honest.
we really don't know.
We don't know him,
The guy's a
but
machine.
uh, I think this is a great quarterfinal game. But again, I think this is Portugal's year that
There's something
They
about
beat
it. Yeah.
Argentina and they're just so deep for me. But would it surprise me if Messi gets his I won't even want to say revenge. Messi beats Ronaldo and we never hear the end of it. Absolutely. But I think Portugal's too good this year
I think there's something
to
about
lose
this
this early.
this Portuguese team this year. I think, like I said,
Yeah.
I'm like waxing. It's the midfield, man. It's the
Yeah.
midfield. You know who always preached about having a good field? Johan Cruyff. You know who won a lot of fucking silverware in his career as a coach, as a
Johan
player
Cruyff.
for really top organizations? Johan Cruyff. So, yeah, give me
All
Portugal
right,
here.
let's move on to the semifinals, E. We're almost at the end here.
We are. We are. France versus Spain, Dallas Stadium, Tuesday, the 14th of July.
I really hope we don't have the same finals.
I changed. I had to Spain.
You have Spain. Okay,
After I saw France lose to Ivory Coast today, I went Spain because I've seen
okay.
Spain and nothing against France. I think at some point it just doesn't. I just it's a great matchup, and I'm just going with Spain.
No, yeah, I completely get that. I'm going to take France. Like even though I think it is very hard to go to the World Cup back to back years, like you really don't see
That's a
that.
lot of it for me.
I know you really don't see that much. And I think like the thing about this game is you see two different styles of football. You're going to see Spain, who are a very high, heavy possession type team, and then you're going to see a French team who just loves to attack with speed and getting behind.
Mhm.
Uh, I just
But
think
Spain won't get outran, right?
no,
Like
no,
there,
I
and that's the
completely
thing that I think where that will really come into play with France. And again, if Mbappe's not scoring and he can't get in behind,
no, yeah,
does
no,
do they?
I agree with you. I just think this French team is so good all over the field
Yeah,
and they're so
yeah,
deep. And the Spain team is deep. The Spain team is good, but I going with my gut here and I'm taking France.
yeah. And again, we also have like over a month, so it's also going to be interesting to see what kind of tactics these teams have been
Yes,
playing.
agreed.
A lot of this will come down to tactics, who's starting, who's in form, who's not. Um, and then the other one that we have here is Atlanta Stadium, Wednesday, the 15th of July, Brazil versus Portugal. I got Portugal.
Why is the semifinals on a Tuesday and Wednesday? What the hell are they doing there?
I don't know, but well, because I don't know why the finals is on a Sunday. That's rather obnoxious. But yeah, give me Portugal midfield. Give me them.
Yeah. I also have Portugal. Uh, again, I think two teams who actually match up pretty even with each other, I'd probably say.
Yes,
Kind of play similar styles as well. Uh, but I think again, I know you keep repeating it. I know I've said I just think this midfield is just too good and should be able to control the tempo of this game, and Portugal will finish the chances that they get.
I agree. Brings us to the final. I think we both have this. No, you have France and I have Spain. So I have Spain versus Portugal.
And
You have
I have
France versus
France versus
Portugal.
Portugal.
And I see you're wearing a Portugal jersey.
It's coming to Portugal!
Honestly, Jay,
Yes.
I say the same thing, and I've been saying it all pod. Midfield. I think it happens. I think it happens for Cristiano. I think he wins the Ballon d'Or. I think it happens. I think their midfield is just too damn good. Too damn good. You have two PSG midfielders who have been instrumental in them winning back-to-back Champions Leagues and back-to-back trebles, at least one treble. I don't know if they won the treble again this year. Obviously, they won the League One, but you can't go wrong with two midfielders of that talent. Spain obviously have terrific midfielders in their own, but I got Portugal. I got them a step above.
Yeah, like I think Portugal France is it's a great game no matter what. You're getting attacking options all over the field. But I think Mbappe and France they fall short once again in the final. And like you said, I think it's Ronaldo's year, even though he may not play as much as he wants. But I just think again, repeating myself over and again, the midfield should control this game more than France. And I just think Portugal is a big threat this tournament. So taking them to go all the way.
Well, hold on. France made in 2018 also made the World Cup finals too, right?
I think they won in 2018.
Yeah. So they won in
So
2018,
3 years they go 3 years.
three World Cups in a row.
Wow, I
In
kind of forgot about
2014,
that.
they didn't make it, right?
No, no way.
Yeah,
No.
reached quarterfinals. Yeah. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I mean, that's why I don't have France going. That's just a lot. Yeah, so that's a
It is a lot,
lot.
yeah.
That's a lot of matches that we just covered off on. And out of all of those matches, that'll bring us our World Cup awards. So our awards are going to be the Golden Boot, the biggest player flop prediction, the most underachieving team, the biggest surprise player, Golden Glove, and the biggest surprise team. So let's go with Golden Boot first, and I have Erling Haaland.
Okay. I have Kylian Mbappe.
Okay. I think both you could make
I think
your own arguments
you
for.
can't go both. You can go wrong with both. And I think even if you look at the odds, I literally think it's Mbappe, Kane, and Holland. Like I think they're all right next to each other. It's
The
not a
only thing
massive
that'll hurt
difference.
Holland is if they get eliminated early.
Eliminated, yeah. And that's the only reason I went Mbappe. Like I don't like the
He'll be the one that's in the
I
long
don't hate
list.
the Holland take, but I was like when you really look at it, it's like and you get an extra World Cup game this year because they added more teams. I just
Yeah,
see France the earliest they have a chance of going out at minimum is the quarterfinal. But
right.
I think they'll be in the semis no matter what. So he's just getting too many games that he's going to score goals.
Okay. Understand. The next one we have here is the biggest flop prediction of a player.
Hmm.
right? So the biggest player flop, and I'm going with Jude Bellingham. If you haven't been able to tell from like kind of like the whole anti-England national squad, he's just not an attacking midfielder that produces goals and assists. He's not. He's not. He's not. He's not. People are going to think he is. He's not. He's a box-to-box midfielder. He wants to play attacking midfield. That's great. His best position is not attacking midfield. It's box to box. That's why his goals are heading goals. They're not
Hmm.
goals where he's dancing through the defense and sniping. He's not providing great assists. He's a box to box midfielder. They're squeezing him up top, and it's going to look like shit. He's going to flop. And once he flops, that'll flop England. I'm clearly
Yeah,
not very happy about him being in
I
the
know. Yeah,
midfield in England.
I know you've never been
But
a
like, it doesn't make sense because he's not an attacking midfielder. Even with Real Madrid, Arda Güler, when he plays attacking midfield and he plays the box, it's better that way. I don't get it, man. I
I
don't.
know you're not a big fan of him, but
It's not that I'm not a big fan of him. He's just not playing his right position.
right position now. I completely get it. I have Neymar from Brazil. I just think
Yeah,
Brazil
fine.
wait. I think Brazil just wasted a pick on him.
Oh, he's the
Uh,
Jordan Henderson of Brazil.
yeah, there was other options. He's already hurt. Who they said he's missing up to 2 weeks or something. I think he's if he does play, he's not going to be as effective as he used to be, and I could just see him getting hurt again. So he's my biggest flop.
Okay, okay. As far as biggest surprise player goes, why don't you go? Who's your biggest surprise player? Because I have two.
I actually have two as well. I have Kenyan. I'm going to say his last name
Yildiz,
wrong. Yildiz from Turkey.
Yildiz, Togo, Turkey,
Turkey.
Juventus guy.
Juventus guy who had 10 goals. I think
Hmm.
he's so young, he's so talented.
Yeah,
He's one of the most talked players, young players
he's
in the
Yildiz. I
going
think
to
he's Juventus's number 10 as well. Like
yeah,
he
he
wears
is
the number 10.
going into the tournament. So I think he's going to be looking to have a successful tournament. And my other player actually is Joe Felix from Portugal,
I was
who
gonna
I
say Joao Felix too.
who I think is going to need to step up on that Portuguese side.
Hmm.
Obviously, had a good side for a good season with Al Nassr with Ronaldo.
Great season. Yeah.
Uh, but I think he's going to have to play an important role in that squad as well. And I think he'll
He's coming in with
show
great.
us some goals.
Yeah, no,
Yeah, you're
I
good.
agree. He's coming in with great form. I think you nailed that one right on the head. I had him tossing around in my head. I'm going to go with Patrick Berg. So he's the captain of Bodo Glimt, and he is a holding defender and or a holding midfielder, and he's for Norway. I think he's going to be very important if Norway want to have a good World Cup.
Yeah, absolutely.
What he did with Bodo Glimt with the Champions League, they made a really good run, and he was very
Hmm.
instrumental in that. So that I think he's going to surprise people, and he's not going to surprise people in the form of like scoring or assists, but again, like in that Granit Xhaka type role or Xabi Alonso type role, where he's that deep lying playmaker, just playing good holding defense and really holding together that midfield, which is such a crucial part, either as a six or an eight. So that's what I have him.
No, yeah, it's a good shout.
All right, that's a surprise player. Golden Glove. I got Raya.
Okay, I have Magnan
David
from
Raya from Spain, and you
from
have
Spain.
what? Magnan
Magnan
Mignon from
from
France.
France. And again, it goes more to like the Golden Boot. The longer the teams
Right.
are in it, they have a better chance. That's kind of how I look at it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, Mike Mignon's he's a great
Yeah,
keeper
and you
as
can't
well.
go wrong with David Raya as well. You know the amount of clean sheets he had for Arsenal.
Yeah, and a lot of
So
it's going to bank too on the defense, right? Like how many shots do they have against them? Because it comes down to
exactly, yeah.
clean sheets. Like if France is
Hmm.
dominating the ball, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I agree. And then that brings us to our biggest surprise team. And for me, I went with Brazil because they're getting to the semifinals. It's been a long time since Brazil's really gotten that far. I think there's a lot more excitement this time around with Brazil. I think the squad looks a little bit deeper than in years in the past, and they got Don Carlo. I love a good Don Carlo Ancelotti. So honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if Brazil ended up beating Portugal and make it to the finals either and winning.
Okay.
That's how much of I think Brazil could win.
Good.
I'm
Yeah.
going with Portugal, which is a little more of a safer bet. But if all those Portuguese players catch fire at the same time, or if they're all in form at the same time, oh my God. Like
You
if
mean the
Vinny
Brazil
catches
players?
form,
Brazil
hmm?
players, yeah. Yeah, go
Yeah,
ahead,
if
keep
like
going.
Vinny catches form, Rafinha's catching form, Igor Thiago, like
Yeah,
that's a really good
they'll be
front. But
dangerous, yeah.
it's the midfield though that they could get run through. Well, we said Bruno Guimaraes is an excellent midfielder, Luis
No, yeah.
Paqueta. So yeah, I mean, I think they could be the big surprise.
No, I can definitely see that. I don't see them dropping out early. They should be.
No, I
One of
don't
the
see
one,
it either.
they should be one of those top 4 or 5 teams that should be making a deep run. I have Colombia.
Hmm.
Uh, Again, I just think a team with experience of when they're in the World Cup, they are a problem for most teams. They don't go away lightly. Uh, and again, I think Luis Diaz is going to be a big factor of this team of how good of a year he had at Bayern, who he's going to look to carry a Colombia deep into this tournament. So I wouldn't be surprised if they made it all the way to the quarters. I think I had them losing in the round of 16, if I'm being honest, but it wouldn't
I had
surprise
them
me if they
losing to Spain.
Spain, yeah, but I wouldn't surprise me if they go that far.
They beat Spain.
Yeah, is that if that's who I had them against? I don't remember now.
It would be Spain. I don't have Colombia beating Spain, but I don't hate the Colombia shout. But I don't see Colombia beating Spain. But I don't hate the shout. Just don't see it. Just don't see it. Don't see it. Well, Justin, anything you want to leave our listeners with after back-to-back episodes? That's the end of our
No,
awards. None left.
yeah, obviously, a lot of World Cup talk. Obviously, the last 2 days, but we figured kind of just get it all in, uh, so you guys kind of have an idea of what we're looking at, our predictions and things like that. Obviously, it's an exciting time for obviously all football fans. I know we will be recording next week, and we'll be kind of off the World Cup topic a little bit, unless something big comes up. But yeah, just remember, we will be posting for the bracket challenge and the World Cup fantasy. So just stay in tune for that.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay tuned and look in the or not the comment sections, in the episode info section. It has all of our socials posted. Follow us on socials, follow us on Spotify, leave us a 5-star review, drop a comment, let us know what you want to hear on the next episode of the pod. And from all of us over here at the Beyond the Ball podcast, until next time.